not in the mandate of the president. He has tried his best and he's working out to ensure that the basic needs that this country or our Kenyans need are already being worked on, Madam Speaker. I also want to urge members of parliament, especially members of parliament from opposition, it is good to speak the truth. At times, our electors are depending on us to tell them the truth, to lead them and explain to them what is happening in this country. So when we stand here and lie that is the president who is increasing the prices of fuel, it will be very wrong and we are misleading the electorate, Madam Speaker. So I want to applaud the speech from the president and I want to congratulate him for what he is doing. I know when you are coming into a new house, at times it is very difficult to work out things fast as people expect. Sometimes when we are getting into relationships, when we are courting, we think that it will be a bed of roses as usual. Then when you get there, you come to realize that it is more difficult. So when the president came in, he thought that we are not in ICU as it is at the moment. He realized later that things are worse than what he expected. And he's really trying his best to ensure that he brings up the economy of this country. And we want to pray for him. And as members of parliament, we also want to help him to ensure that he achieves the agendas that he promised to this country. And just to conclude on something, on issues to do with fertilizer, there is one issue, a problem that has been caused by employees from the cereals board. We have cartels there who are also buying fertilizers that are subsidized and selling to the farmers, the rightful farmers of this country. So I would urge that the Ministry of Health and Ministry of Agriculture checks on this so that we ensure that real farmers get fertilizers at a subsidized price. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
The Honorable Deco Balo, member for Garissa Township.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I rise to support the speech by the President and appreciate.
Order, Honorable Member for Garissa. I would like to encourage the member for the Honorable Wario. I would like to encourage you to sit if your intention was to speak because you are not far. Thank you. You may proceed, Honorable Member.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I rise to support the report and the speech by the President and appreciate for his wisdom and charisma in representing his report. Madam Speaker, if you read the speech of the President and the report of the President, there is a connection between his speech of this year, the speech of last year, and the manifesto of the Kenya Kwanza government. While he was campaigning, the President made promises and pledges to this country, and it is a report he's giving us that after 1 year of my presidency, and he has laid that foundation in the first year, in his first speech, that this is the report of I'm giving you as a country, the hope that you should be looking forward to as a country. Madam Speaker, as a leader of a country like Kenya, you need to make, sometimes you are forced to make very hard decisions, very painful decisions, but for the betterment for tomorrow. So what the President gave us was a report from last year since he started this. What he had pledged and promised Kenyans required some issues, required legislation and policy changes. And that's what we have worked on as a country or as a parliament or as a government in the last 1 year. For example, Madam Speaker, the President promised and pledged to this country on a number of issues like education. Now we have a new model of funding for our university education, where almost 45,000 Kenyan students are going to benefit for almost 80% fees reduction. We have 56,000 new teachers who are recruited to cover the gap that was missing over the years. There is JSS funding, both infrastructure and capitation. Madam Speaker, if you look and sum all that in the education sector, it means that there is going to be a burden removed from the people of Kenya, the parents of Kenya, who are not able to pay for their students for their education. Madam Speaker, If I read the report on food production, the subsidy, the president is giving us a report that the subsidy, the production subsidy he has given this country has now, the result has now been seen. That the unga has reduced from 265 per 2 kg pack to 170 per 2 kg pack. That means that it has worked. The program he has put in place has worked. The other issue is that the sunflower production. This country, the second highest importation after petroleum is edible oil. Now that they are giving out subsidized sunflower seeds to encourage farmers to grow, it means that in the next 1 year, in the next 1 year speech of the president, in the next address or the next report, we will have information on that subsidy on sunflower production. There is also a value addition to this